Hello friends, welcome to my channel again. Today we will study short review on reproduction and its types. Before coming to reproduction, we need to know that there is a time period between birth and formation of death, that is natural death. This time period we call it as lifespan. Lifespan may vary from organism to organism or from species to species. For example, mayfly. It is 24 hours. Its lifespan is 24 hours. From birth to death, only 24 hours it lives. It is also known as one-day insect. One-day insect. क्योंकि ये 24 hours जीती है. It lives only 24 hours, so it is also known as one-day insect. One more example I have, that is of banyan tree. Banyan tree lifespan is 200 years. It is very huge. So you can see there is a big variation in lifespan from species to species, from organism to organism. There will be different lifespan of different species. So we can divide lifespan as 5 categories. What are the 5 categories of lifespan we can be divided? That is first, birth. Second, juvenile phase. Third one is reproductive phase, which we are going to study mainly. Then the aging or senescence. And the last one is death. What is birth? Birth, it means new organisms are formed or reproduced. New organisms are formed. New organism is formed. Now, it can be either sexually or asexually. So, it can be sexually or asexually. That we will talk later, this. Then, if we talk about juvenile phase is the period between birth and the sexual maturity. When the organisms gain sexual maturity, that period and between birth and sexual maturity, it is juvenile phase, between birth and sexual maturity. It is juvenile phase. Now, it is also known as vegetative phase. In plants, for plants we call it as vegetative phase. For animals we have juvenile phase. Then if we talk about reproductive phase, it is that period when organisms reproduces either sexually or asexually. period when organism reproduces. Reproduces, it means new organisms is formed. Then if we talk about aging or senescence, it means it is the period when the organism grows old. Means its lifespan become high. So organism become old. This old age can stop so many functions, so many biological functions. In this aging or senescence, or according to reproduction, what we are studying, reproduction, according to this, its definition will be the organism which loses its capacity to reproduce. Means organism is not able to reproduce. So this is known as aging or senescence. Then if we come to the death, death is the cessation of all biological functions. That means cessation, it means stopping of biological functions. All the biological functions will be stopped and the person will die. Old age, that is aging or senescence, ultimately leads to death. So this was the 5 types we have divided, that is birth, juvenile phase, reproductive phase, aging or senescence, and the death. Birth is the where new organism is formed. After the formation of organism, there will be before gaining the sexual maturity time period. That time period is known as juvenile phase or vegetative phase. The end of juvenile phase or vegetative phase marks the end of juvenile phase or vegetative phase marks the beginning of reproductive phase. Then reproductive phase, when organism reproduces. After reproductive phase, the period come when the organism is not able to reproduce. That age or period is known as aging or senescence. Then death. Death is the cessation of all biological functions. It means cessation, it means stopping of all biological functions. Old age ultimately leads to death. So now we will come to types of reproduction. Now we come to type of reproduction. Type of reproduction. We have 2 main categories, that is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. we will compare each other, that is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction, to find it out some differences. If we talk about asexual reproduction, we have in this one individual is involved. One individual is involved in this, two individual is involved. One individual is involved, two individual is involved, that is one parent is involved. Two parent is involved. Two parent are involved of opposite sex. Two parent are involved of opposite sex, and here only one individual, or we can say one parent, is involved. Then the no fusion of gamete take place. No fusion of gamete takes place. No fusion of gamete takes place, but in the sexual reproduction, formation and fusion of gametes take place. Formation and fusion of gamete take place. Formation, it means from gametes formed from male and female, that is male gamete or female gamete. That is, in male we have sperm and in female it is ovum or egg. Take place, that is I said from opposite sex. So male and female from opposite sex, formation of gamete and fusion of this male and female, that is sperm and ovum, take place. And it leads to the formation of zygote. And in this, mitotic division take place. Mitotic division, what does it mean? It means that is multiplication. As in the last video of gametogenesis, I explained you mitotic division, it means multiply. Multiplication take place. Mitotic division takes place. And in this, meiotic and mitotic division both take place. How both take place? Meiotic before the formation of zygote. As I explained here, male and female gamete, the formation of male and female gamete which leads to the formation of zygote. Before the formation of zygote, it is meiotic division. Before the formation of zygote, it is meiotic division, that is reduction division. And after the formation of zygote, we have mitotic division because it has to form morula, blastula, and it has to form embryo. So there will be mitotic division. Then in asexual reproduction, clone formation. Clone formation, clone, what does it mean? Clone, it means genetically and morphologically similar. Why clone formation? Clone, it means genetically and morphologically same. With whom? With their parents. They are similar to their parents. Why it is so? Because only one individual is involved. Only one individual is involved. So there is no fusion of gametes, no variation. If there is no what we say, that is no involvement of opposite sex or no involvement of two parents, there will be no variation. Only one parent is giving birth to their offspring. So clone formation, genetically and morphologically same because only one parent is involved. So offspring will be similar to their parents. And here we compare. Here clone formation, here no clone formation, as two parents or two individuals are involved of opposite sex, so there will be recombination and variation. There will be recombination and variation in the offspring because fusion and formation of gametes took place, so there will be variation. Variation, it means the offspring will be produced. It will not be identical to their any of the parent or any of the offspring. It will be different, not totally, but it will be different. There will be some variation. So offspring not identical. Offspring will not be identical. All sexually reproducing organisms have similar pattern of reproduction. But in asexual reproduction, if we talk about asexual reproduction, there are some types. That is, for example, fission, budding, regeneration, and so many types are there. Fission, we have binary fission and multiple fission. Binary fission, what does it mean? That is, one cell will be divided into two. Binary, it means two. Fission, it means breakdown. So breakdown of cell into two. So it is binary. If we talk about multiple fission will form so many offspring. So multiple fission divided into so many. Here we have example in binary fission, amoeba. In multiple fission we have plasmodium. If we talk about budding, in budding what happens? For example, this is one organism, that is hydra. Here small bud will produce like this. Small bud will be produced, and after the growth it will removed from the parent body like this, and it will like this it reproduces. So in budding we have example hydra, and one more example we see is yeast. If we talk about regeneration example we have planaria. regeneration, what happens? For example, this is planaria. As I explained here, example planaria. So I am taking here example planaria. By accidental or any of the thing, it is breakdown. So means injured. So after injury, it is cut it into 3 pieces like this. So regeneration, what is it? What does it mean? After the cutting down of the body has the capability to regenerate itself. So this will form into new planaria, and this will also form new planaria like this, and this will also form rest of the body part, and it will form new planaria body. Like this, it reproduces. So this was the asexual reproduction and this was the sexual reproduction. Small review. One more example we have is spore formation. Spore formation, we have example penicillium. In penicillium, what happens is this, like this, spores are formed. Spores are formed. So, I hope you understood it well. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. And this was the short review on reproduction and its types. We will meet you soon in the next video. Goodbye.